guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Now I'm here today with a Fiat Abarth SE. It is a 2009/2010 model, which I'm actually here with the owner. If he wants to step round, have a look, have a chat about his car. So this is Jay, everyone. So he decided, well, he needed a new car anyway.
Yep. We're starting a new business and thought the Touareg's costing a bit too much now.
So what was your reason for getting this? How much you get it for again?
£6 grand.
So £6,000, which actually for a 10-year-old car, I don't think it's that bad because it was valued when it was new. What was it? 25 roughly?
20, I'd say 20-ish.
Yeah, so 25 grand. So that isn't actually too bad a price, and you've got what, £6 grand's worth? And I think for one owner, that isn't too bad a value.
7,000 miles. Came with the SAS kit, which is 160 horsepower, wheels, springs. I've got a box of spares.
Yeah, well, we can go into that in another time. But you've had a think, and you've thought, let's just have a bit of fun. But at the same time, it's a car that you can maybe do a few bits to, and over time, this will be like a project car, right?
Yeah, it needs to be quick.
It's a daily, but it's sort of a project car.
And I want to get it to about 250.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's go and check the car out and go on a little drive. Let's go and check the spec we got on here. So this is the SA kit, I think on it. So
or SS for short.
SS for sure. Yeah. But if you look on the back here, take what you like from that word there. It's as clear as day as I sound. So the boot. Start with the boot. It's a small, compact car, but it's a good size. I wouldn't say it's generally used for a lot of space, and then you can look through all the way through to the front. So that is, well, Jay's I think added this little surname, and it's his surname, so there you go. That works well. Closes quite light. There's a couple in there, is there?
Looking at.
So 10 years old, it actually looks pretty good condition if I'm being totally honest. It's got a nice sunroof here. Bit flimsy when you're going at speed.
Yeah.
But it's got like the standard sort of Fiat 500 sort of dash and speedo, but it's got this tells you when to change gear, right?
No. Oh, the middle bit does.
Yeah, the middle bit.
Not in sports mode.
Not in sports mode.
Only in eco mode.
So you need to take guidance from that, yeah?
Kind of.
He doesn't know how to change gears. And then it's got just the standard like wing
boost gauge.
It's turbo boost gauge, okay. And then this actually has a CD player.
Yes.
Just like my car. Not many cars have that these days, as we can see, because of like Apple Play and all that.
It's also got voice control that is the most annoying thing on this planet.
And then we've got the TTC, that is turning off traction control, but keeping on the slip diff, so it tries to keep traction as much as possible. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
That is as close as I can get to it. And then this is the sports button just here on the dash. Some of the car, like the Abarths, they tend to do sports. Normal Fiat 500s, they got like a steering button. It makes the steering lighter.
Technically, similar thing. In eco, it's light.
Yeah.
In sport, it's.
And then we've got obviously a 5-speed manual. Got the wing mirrors, so nothing else new in here. I mean, there's not a lot really to show you around. I mean, the back is, well, it's just there. So, got the driver's seat. It's got these chrome handles, which is pretty standard stuff, but I think it gives it a nice touch with having a little bit of a sunroof here. And then the seats here, if you have a look, they got the red stripe, which goes with kind of like the essence of the outside, and it's got the red wing mirrors. But they're kind of like sports. They're not quite bucket seats, are they?
They're not, but they're comfy.
They're comfy. They're comfy enough, I think. So for being a small compact car, you can see all the red down the side of the car, and the wing mirrors. I'm not going to show you too much detail on that one because someone hit that. We'll show you out on the road, and well, we'll take it for a spin. Welcome inside the Fiat Abarth. So 5-speed manual. What's this got? It's got 160. This one's got 160, but standardly they're what, 132?
Standard they're 135.
135. Okay, so 135's had a little bit of a, was it a remap?
The kit that Abarth did lowering springs, the wheels,
Yeah.
BMC kind of panel filter,
Yeah.
and a new ECU, uprated discs and pads. I think that was it for this year.
But as you said, as we've been saying earlier, like if you give it a rev, it doesn't. It sounds growly, but it doesn't emit once you're going. Really,
it needs more.
As you the seating position, the seat feels a little flat.
Yeah, they're being changed.
It doesn't really hug you as much as you'd like it to in a car like this anyway. Oh, it's got a springy clutch in it. And this turning circle, as I said on camera while watching it from the outside, it's pretty horrendous. So this car's got a terrible turning circle. So I'm going to show you the worst turning circle in the world. That is it. Well done, lad. Oh, one brake light, or reverse light. The worst turn circle in the world. God, springy clutch.
This is in eco mode.
This is eco mode. It sounds pretty good though. Sort of about 7 seconds to 60. But with sports mode on, so without sports mode, it gives you a shifting. Oh God, how much more responsive is that? Wow. So much. Is that the wastegate?
That was exhaust.
Overall, I think like as cars go, the steering wheel is a little fat for this size of car. It's comfortable enough. Back in eco mode,
and it just eases it up a little bit.
So it stiffens it a little bit in sports mode, doesn't it?
Oh, you nearly hit a pothole there. I was waiting for the spine to break.
Yeah, the suspension's really stiff in this car.
That's been changed.
You're changing the suspension too?
I'm going to get Bilstein V14 coilovers.
Nice. But I think like this is going to be a bit of a project, so you're going to have a load of things. It's going to be an updated video, I think, on this one. This is more of a.
We're going to watch it as it goes.
Yeah, we're going to see the progress on it. I'd say one thing: the brake pedal is very close to the accelerator. I mean, I've got wide feet, but it's very close.
I've made that problem. That
I was thinking, I'm tipping
mistake a few times.
Yeah, but the clutch is nice and light, but it's quite springy. The pedal's quite springy. It lifts off quite quickly. So in traffic, I can imagine this being quite a painful car to drive. Is it that?
Touch wood, I haven't been in any traffic yet.
Oh, okay.
Working from home.
So what made you go for the Abarth? Because obviously this is a $6,000. Well, technically nowadays, if you were to spec it up, you'd be looking at sort of 25 to 30 grand, right?
I spec'd one up the other day on my Bath, and it was 28,000.
Wow.
Same car.
It's quite a lot for something that's only a bit bigger than my shoe.
Now they've got 180 horsepower.
Wow. But the turbo is like literally the same size as my fist, so now they've like obviously made the turbo a little bit bigger, made it more efficient. Because obviously, like technology changes, and you can get like a bit more eco from it. Because I think this does what, like 30 mixed combination does about 35 to 37 to the gallon.
I guess depends who's driving it.
I mean, if you're driving it like we are now,
a full tank will last me 2 weeks at a push.
How many miles can you get out of a tank roughly? Because it's like what, £40 to fill it up in the UK?
20-ish.
From spending about £40 at the fuel station. Is that from almost empty or not quite?
Pardon?
Is that from empty?
That's from empty.
That's from pretty empty, okay. Well, it seems pretty efficient to me.
So 1.4 is going to be awful, isn't it? It's not going to be that quick. But oh my god, I have not driven a car that puts such a smile on your face in years. It's just one of those, you put your foot down, you hear it pop out the back. And you just like, this is fantastic.
The one thing for me, it needs like a little bit more noise to it.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual negatives on the car, because I always go with a few negatives first when I do a review, but I think
steering wheel is a bit fat.
Yeah, but that's kind of like, you can potentially change that. But I think the steering turning circle is dreadful for the size of the car. Yeah. It's awful.
In town,
you would struggle with this. I don't know if the Fiat 500 itself is any better. I think it's a tiny bit better, but not much. I think that the pedals themselves, they're in a fine position, but I think the accelerator,
if you've got wide feet,
the accelerator pedal is a little close to the brake, but then you've got the springy clutch. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a pretty. It sort of does what it says on the tin type car.
It is great.
You can probably spend like $2.5 grand on it, and it will become something a little bit more. Maybe
obviously, with any car, you can end up spending thousands, tens of thousands on them.
But you can say, let's say you're all in at 10 grand, but then you've got like a 40 grand car in theory, like in terms of your power, performance.
I think I'd like to get it to 250
horsepower.
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to take a bit of time. And
yes, it's a progress thing, but we'll probably do some filming in that.
Yeah, I think first thing I'll do is exhaust and remap it to 190.
Okay, so once you've done that, I'll come back, refilm, and see the progress on that, just to see the noise of it, see how much different the performance is compared to how it was today.
Yeah.
Because I mean, with the remat, obviously, and once you've eventually done something to the ride of it, because it's quite a hard ride.
I need to get the coilovers. I think I'm going to keep it looking the same.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a Ghost version.
Yeah,
call it Ghost sort of Abarth
kit.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that on the next video.
But it is a project.
Yes. The all-round sort of my overall is it's a good car. It does what it says on the tin. It's just a little stiff, and there's a few things that personally I would change, but overall it's a fantastic car. And if you want a cheap car that's between, well, it's under the 10 grand mark, that you can actually have a load of fun with if you haven't got a lot of money to spend on a car, this could be one of those for you. So that's my consumer's advice. Thanks again for watching another great episode with Car Talks. Now, I've had a little bit of fun in this Fiat Abarth. It's been really good fun. Engine's still running, sounds great. Thanks to Jay in this over here. He has been a good sport, letting us film the car and taking it for a spin. Much appreciated. Cheers, mate. And if you want to like this one, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, please click here. And all we can say is thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the ride, and see you next time.